Oh,
All right, let's begin. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the interview of our concert, The Journey Through Music. We are the hosts for tonight. I'm here, Monica, and I'm partnered with
Joanne.
Joanne. and sorry, and we are here with our guests from our orchestra sectional leaders, Yi Ying, Jasmine, and Alvin. So let's welcome them with a big round of applause. Whee! Okay, before we begin, let's allow the guests to introduce themselves, shall we? Let's start with Ying. Ying, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Name?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yi Ying, and I'm the sectional leader of strings. And I recently just completed my degree in Monash. So yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Next, we have Jasmine. Jasmine, please.
Hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm a second year student at Monash, and I am the winds section leader for Monash Chamber Orchestra.
Very nice. Okay, our last guest, Alvin. Alvin, please, can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Alvin. I'm the assistant librarian for Monash Chamber Orchestra. I'm studying my CCA now, but at the same time I'm also working. That's why you can see, my background is like moving city life.
Okay, it's all right. Okay, seems like our guests are very talented in both academic and music. Very impressive. Now that we know our guests, let's begin the interview. I will pass on to Joanne for asking the questions to our guest. Joanne, you can presume.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Now I'll be asking some general questions first. Let's start off with Yi. What made you want to become a musician?
Okay. So if you ask me this question when I was like just a kid, right? I would say that because being a musician like makes me stand out from my friends and it seems cool. But then as I grow up, I realized that the reason that made me want to be a musician is the satisfaction that I get from playing a piece, especially with an orchestra. And also like playing music is a good way for me to express my feelings and emotions. So yeah.
Alright, thank you, Ying Ying. Next, I would like to ask Jasmine. What accomplishment do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years is a really long time. So, obviously, I guess, I'm studying chemistry right now. So obviously, I want to be part of that career. But at the same time, I don't want to give up doing music in the future. So I'd still like to participate in communal orchestras, like community orchestras or things like that, or find other ways to be able to still play music in my life. Yeah.
Alright, thank you for your sharing and I hope your dream will come true in one day. And for Alvin, what challenges did you face when leading the sectionals during COVID-19?
For the COVID-19, definitely the first thing that we are facing is a lot of like the physical limitations because the feedback is definitely not as live as it is. The synergy, it is a bit hard to detect. These are all in addition with the technological issues that we may be facing at times. So I think it is a very different experience in terms of getting orchestras playing together. But then at the same time, we get I feel like we get to learn like more soloistic skills because now you are like actually practicing on your own. That's how I feel.
Alright, thank you, Alvin, for sharing. Next up, we'll move on to the questions about the concert. I will pass this question back again to Ying Ying. How were the how were the sectionals conducted to prepare for the concert?
So I think we had sectionals every week, and we were separated into breakout rooms according to our sections. So in particular, for my section, the first violins, we analyze the score together, and we also listen to the audio file at the same time. Then once we have like even though we're not playing together, we would still play in unison. So yeah, and every now and then Mr. Chan will hop into our breakout rooms and give some advice. So yeah, that's basically how we would do our section notes.
Okay, thank you, Ying, for your sharing. Next question for Jasmine. Did you face any challenges when playing the concert repertoire and why?
The concert repertoire. The first challenge was we had to decide on the repertoire itself. So deciding on the repertoire itself was a pretty big challenge because what pieces can be played remotely, like individually recorded and edited together, but at the same time be a good piece to help musical understanding and development for the players. So that was one of the challenges, deciding on the repertoire itself. And the other part was that because of the limitations of our instrumentation, because we are not that big of an orchestra, some pieces were a bit more like demanding, either technicality wise or instrumentation wise. We had to outsource other musicians, things like that. And at the same time, some pieces we played were also pretty difficult. So, but of course, that just needs practice. And yeah, everything is smooth sailing, going well.
Okay, thank you, Jasmine. Last but not least, this question is for Alvin. How do you prepare for the concert? Do you enjoy it?
Oh, well, most definitely. I mean, being the librarian, I get to do what I do best, prepare the score, and sometimes the backing track as a reference for all the musicians out there and our guest players as well. Very important. And yeah, I find that coming together during in these difficult times, coming together and we are getting our donation and charities done to the kids. It is something quite amazing if you ask me, because like everyone is quite stressed out, we can't meet our friends, there's like mental health crisis going on. So yeah, I think this is a very positive way in contributing back to the society, if you ask me.
All right, thank you, Alvin. Now I will pass it to Monica for the next upcoming questions. Oh, Monica, are you here? Oh, Monica is not here.
I think she got disconnected.
Oh no.
Oh no. What do we
That's
do?
okay. I will continue. Like I will replace her for the next question. So for the next question is about the random questions.
Oh.
So yeah, questions for Ying Ying again. That do you sing in the shower?
Honestly, no, but sometimes I do like think of the song while I'm showering. I just don't sing.
Oh.
All right, Monica is back. Now I'll pass it back to Monica.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, our next section is about some random questions. It may or may not be related to the concert. Okay, so let's start from the alphabetical order. I will start with Alvin. Alvin, what is the
Yes.
craziest thing that has happened to you in the past concert that you have ever attended?
The craziest thing, if you ask me, oh, there's one time I was playing the double bass in one of the concerts that I played with, and you do know that instruments like double bass and cello, they have this stopper mechanism, right? So a double bass is just a little piece of rubber, and I think the rubber got penetrated, so it's all the metal side of the stick, just sticking to the ground. So it's very, very slippery. So every now and then, after I play something, I have to use my shoulder and my neck just to keep it in place, and just like it's a very uncomfortable position. And in the end, what happened was like after intermission, I found 2 bricks lying on the road, and I just took them, put it in front of me, and just stuck the bass there. At least for that half a concert. Yeah, that's the most crazy thing I've ever did, I think.
But nice save. Okay. Next
Yeah,
for
nice save,
Jasmine. Next for Jasmine. What are your pet peeves when performing an orchestra?
Oh, pet peeves when performing in an orchestra. Okay, so I don't. Okay, it's not really a pet peeve, but like sometimes classical music, there's movements. So there's a thing called movement in a whole piece. So sometimes like symphonies, there'll be like 3 or 4 movements. But of course, not everyone knows this, that you're not supposed to clap in between movements. So, but yeah, some audience do it. It happens. Yeah, you just move on. Just let them clap. But sometimes when the audience claps, it gets a bit like, you're not supposed to clap here. But yeah, it happens. It happens.
Didn't. Nobody knows actually. Okay. Next, our last one for Ying. If you only have 30 minutes left in your life, 30 minutes left to live, what piece would you listen to and why?
I think I would listen to Rachmaninoff. I don't know how to pronounce the composers, but I just call him Rack in short. One of the piece of his is called the Piano Concerto Number 2, I think. I don't think it can fit the 30 minutes time limit, but at least I think I can get to listen at least the first and second movements, which is like sufficient. And the reason being like kind of intense and deep, I would say. And it's just full of emotions, and I don't know, I just really like the melody. Whereas for like the second movement, it transitions into a much calmer atmosphere, and it just pulls my heartstrings, and yeah, I instantly forget about all of my like current problems when I listen to it. So yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Now for the next section. This is a game. It's called This or That Game. Okay, so for each and every one of you, I will give a prompt, this or that, and then you get to choose. I will give you 3 seconds, and each and every one of you will say it out loud. Okay? Understand? Okay. Okay. For the first one, classical music or modern music? Oh yeah, and also tell why, the reason. I will ask you one by one. 1, 2, 3.
Modern.
Where's the other?
Alvin muted himself.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was muted. Sorry. Yes.
Can you,
No,
what was your
Mhm.
classical or modern?
Sorry to the classical fans, but yeah, modern.
Oh, what you?
What was the?
I chose modern as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's ironic. Let's start from Alvin again. Why do you choose modern?
I think classical gives a very good foundation. I'm not saying that classical is not good. Yes, it gives a very solid foundation in terms of understanding and technique of the music. But to me, modern is more of like futuristic looking, So there's like endless potential that you can go and explore beyond.
Nice. Okay. What about Jasmine?
I chose modern because I really like classical. I like listening to classical as well. But I sing a lot, like when I'm doing nothing. So like when I'm washing dishes, when I'm studying, when I'm in the shower, I sing a lot. And classical music doesn't actually have lyrics. I mean, I guess opera is counted, but I can't sing opera. It's too difficult. So yeah, I choose modern. Yeah.
Very nice. What about you, Ying?
yeah, even though I'm a classical musician and I do enjoy classical music most of the time, but I find that modern music has more genres which can fit your different moods of the day. Or yeah, and I think it's because like recently, like these 2 years, I've ventured into, I think, band music and indie music. So yeah, so even though I still listen to classical music every now and then, but most of the time, like I listen to Mando pop even. Yeah, and yeah, just because of the fact that it has different faces to it and it fits your different moods.
Okay, that is true actually. We have a lot of genres now. Okay, next. The second question: solo or group performance? One, two, three.
Group.
Group.
I think
Okay.
you need to tell Alvin the question again because he got lost for a
Okay.
second just now.
Group or solo
So,
performance? Choose.
yeah, I actually heard the question is solo or group, right?
So cannot choose.
Wait, three
You have to
seconds
choose
already
on
Group more
passed.
definitely.
Choose on Alvin.
Okay. Why? Why do you choose that, Alvin?
Because everyone is contributing, a little bit, so that it's like a less effort per person, but then we're creating something bigger. The capacity and the potential are bigger.
Okay.
Also easier lah.
Yeah, true. Okay. What about Jasmine? Why do you choose group?
I've experienced both a lot of solo and group things, like performances, and I feel like solo is it's very stressful. You're by yourself, you get really nervous on stage. I think it happens to everyone. But rather than just the negative side, like if you play in a group, there's something special about playing in a group. It feels like, everyone's playing something different. They're playing different parts, they're playing different instruments. But then when you play together, it feels like, you're like one whole team, like you're the same being and the same entity, and you're producing the same emotions. You're trying to reach out to people with the same message. Like, it's pretty cool being able to play in a group. So I think I would prefer playing in a group. Yeah.
Oh, that is very deep. Very deep reason. Very nice. Okay, what about you, Ying?
I agree with Jasmine as well, like because yeah, ultimately I'm just not confident with my playing, so I'm definitely like not keen in performing solo. And also, yeah, playing in a group is a much better experience for me. And yeah, also because if you actually like play wrong accidentally, you won't get noticed like so obvious. And also like from an audience point of view, I think it sounds fuller and more aesthetically pleasing when you listen to a piece like played by a group. Yeah, as opposed to solo. So yeah.
True. Very true reason. Also just okay. That is actually the last question for the this and that game, and I'll pass it back to Joanne. Can you continue?
Thank you, Monica. Now it's time for Q&A section. Feel free to write down all any questions that you want to ask to our three guests here, and I'll help to read out the questions. Any questions? Let me check and see.
Okay. While we are waiting for the question, maybe we have because we are being watched by an audience, right? So, what would you like to say to the audience? Let's start from I don't know where Alvin or Jasmine.
um, yeah. Well, everyone's getting vaccinated, hopefully. The situation is hopefully getting a bit better, but still, don't be too callous. Try to stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Yeah. So, yeah, but, everyone's still, I guess not everyone's still young, but the uni students, you guys are still young, still full of dreams, maybe. Hopefully they're not flushed down the toilet yet. But yeah. So yeah. Yeah, just keep it going, Work
Okay.
hard. Yeah. That's
All
all.
right. Yeah. So we got one question from Knockout Oyster. What's your aspiration for the upcoming concert?
Who wants to answer this? Let's Jasmine answer this.
Okay. So usually Monash Chamber Orchestra, we have a tradition of holding a annual concert, but sadly last year we weren't able to hold that. Well, there were plans for it, but it got cancelled due to COVID. So this year we thought, why don't we just do it online? Let's just do it online, edit everything, have everyone record everything, put it out there. And we felt like since, a lot of businesses, a lot of people are getting unemployed because of the pandemic, a lot of people are going through a lot of different things. We hope that, whilst our show is able to bring smiles on some people's faces, maybe it help them ease out a bit for their stress and the pressure and things like that. At the same time, we want to contribute to a better cause, which is why we are making it a charity event, and which is why we are alliancing with Yayasan Food Bank. And so if you have, you feel like donating a bit of money, either to our orchestra and to Yayasan Food Bank, you can, or just come watch the concert. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. We're just doing it because we want to. Yeah, we like music. We want to share music. Yeah. So.
Thank you, Jasmine, for the answer. Very nice. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, the theme for today's concert also came from Jasmine. So thank you, Jasmine. Okay. Since there are no question yet, let's move on to Yi Ying. Because we have an audience. What would you like to say to the audience?
So I think there is no reason not to watch. And you'll definitely recognize most of our repertoire, as I think they are quite well known among the public. And also this time we're doing it differently because of, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, you'll see it later on. And also, yeah, because this time we're partnering with Yayasan Food Bank. So through this concert, you can also donate for a good cause, which I think is quite meaningful and significant for our country situation nowadays. So yeah, I hope you guys can come and support our concert. That's all from me.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Since Alvin is already here, can you hear me, Alvin? Can you hear us?
He's muted.
Still drawing.
I think he's busy drawing.
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
I was disconnected just now.
Okay, it's okay. If you guys want to put down your question in the comments, you can. Okay, so Alvin, since we have an audience right now, what would you like to say to the audience?
Well, definitely watch out for our concert. There will be some amazing songs coming. As our editors have put in a lot of work. I wouldn't say what's a big surprise yet, but yeah, it'll be a new element that hasn't been showcased in other. Hi. Okay, I'm still connected, right?
A little.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I broke out a little bit just now, yeah. So I was saying, yes, there will be a surprise element in the concert, so do watch out for that. Please come and catch us.
Oh, someone asked to play the clarinet. Jasmine.
Why? Why do you do this to me? I don't have my clarinet with me right now. I don't have my clarinet with me right now.
Cannot.
Oh, but you know what? If you wanna hear me play the clarinet, come to the concert.
Oh
yeah, come to the concert.
Then you can hear me play the
Exactly,
clarinet.
come to the concert.
Yeah, the concert is on 27th of November at 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. I repeat, 27th of November, 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. Mona's Chamber Orchestra YouTube. Okay? Okay.
There.
Okay, since there's no more questions, I don't think so, at least. I will give Joanne to closing statement.
Okay, thanks again, Monica. And that's all for the Q&A section. Before we end our interview, I would like to ask all of the guests here that do you have any takeaway message for our audience?
I do. Come and watch us. There's like a few of us playing multiple instruments.
Okay.
He's back.
I broke off again. Oh my goodness. Just come to the concert. Yeah. Make the name. We need that.
What about Ying Ying and Jasmine? Do you have anything that you want to say to our audience? Takeaway message or any advice?
Well, I think for the Monash students, your finals should have just ended recently, or it should be ending soon if it hasn't yet. Yeah, why not just come down, chill on a Saturday night, come listen to some music. Yeah, come watch our concert. If you feel generous, feel free to donate. And yeah, we hope to see you soon on the Saturday, 27th of November, 8:30 p.m.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine and Alvin, for the takeaway message. And that concludes our interview for today. I would like to thank our guests for taking the time to attend this interview and thank everyone here in front of their screens for watching this interview. Good night and bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Go watch our concert, yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.